Hey, all right, first and foremost, I want to give all praise to Yahawah, SHAM, YAHAWASHI, SHAM, Rakah HaKodash, and double honors to the elder apostles of GMS who rule well, and to all the elders, you know, Shalom, to all the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity, you know, through the power of Yahawah, SHAM, YAHAWASHI, to USA Shalom. And we out here once again, you know, it's March the 15th, 2020, you know, trying to gather the elect, you know what I'm saying, on this side through the power of Yahawah, SHAM, YAHAWASHI, and Lord willing, we are of those men, you know. And I want to run down the 12 tribes of Israel, you know, which consist of the Negroes, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And we got Judah, which is a so-called Negro. We got Benjamin, which is a so-called West Indian, or you know, you also call them so-called Jamaican. We got Levi, which is the so-called Haitians. Then we got Simeon, which is the so-called Dominicans. Then we got Ephraim, which is so-called Puerto Rican. Then we got Reuben. No, Salaka. We got Manasseh, which is a so-called Cuban. Then we got Gad, which is the so-called North American Indian. All right. Then we got Zebulon, which is from Guatemala to Panama. Okay. Then we got Reuben, which is the Seminole Indian. All right. Then we got Naphtali, which is from Chile to Argentina. Then we got Asher, that's from Colombia to Uruguay. All right. And then we got Issachar, which are the so-called Mexicans today. You know, that's just the 12 tribes of Israel. You know, and you know, we just you know, going in and we just, you know, talk a little bit about what's going on, you know, in the society right now as we know it. You know, on the verge of collapse. You know, we got this coronavirus, you know, which I know everybody, you know what I'm saying, you know, has heard about it by now, you know. Got people going crazy and stuff, you know what I'm saying, buying up everything in the store, you know what I'm saying, that's got to do with cleaning supplies, you know what I'm saying, toilet papers, you know, alcohol, rubbing alcohol, you know. And the only reason, you know what I'm saying that, you know, also personally, you know, I went into a store, you know, just doing my little weekly thing, you know what I'm saying, going and grabbing, you know, a couple little bottles of water, you know, for work and stuff. And a lot of stuff was being bought up, man. I mean, you had lines, you know, backed up, you know, all the way, you know, from where the cash register is, you know what I'm saying, all the way into the aisles and stuff, you know. And it's just, you know, people going wild, man. You know, but to go back with I forgot to mention, you know, Salakia, when it goes into the 12 tribes of Israel, you know, I also want to mention or bring out, you know, through the Spirit about, you know, when we mention the so-called Latin tribes, you know, which includes, you know what I'm saying, Gad, you know, Simeon, Ephraim, you know, Naphtali, Asher, Issachar, you know, Reuben, you know, well, especially from Mexico down to south of America, man. You know what I'm saying? You had all these, you know, Spaniards or French, you know, or Portuguese, you know what I'm saying, Edomites, which is Esau that the Bible speaks of. You know, they came and basically raped, robbed, and murdered, you know what I'm saying, our people. So you actually have some of Esau's, you know what I'm saying, seed, you know, mixed among us, you know, and you get that, you know, that lightness of the skin, so to say, you know what I'm saying, amongst you know, the tribes, you know. And I know
I got some.
Oh, okay.
You want me to go ahead?
Come.
Okay. This Matthew's 13 and 25. But while men slept, his enemy came in, sowed tares amongst the wheat, and went his way.
Con. So
Verse- okay.
so when it talks about right there, you know, talking about when the men slept, you know what I'm saying? It's talking about us, you know what I'm saying, as the people over here being in the darkness, you know what I'm saying? In darkness, you know what I'm saying, to YAHAWAH, SHAM, YAHAWASHI, you know what I'm saying? So we were actually over here doing stuff that we shouldn't have been doing, you know, was sinning, you know what I'm saying, going against, you know, the Heavenly Father. You know what I'm saying? We were sleeping in darkness, you know what I'm saying? And it's how can I say, it's like slang talk, you know what I'm saying? Slang talk.
Yeah. Yeah, so Israel was sleeping in darkness, and therefore they were sinning, doing things contrary to salvation. So when the Spaniards and the Portuguese and all them came over here, which was Edomite, came over here and was raping the women, the reason for that is because the sins of the Northern Kingdom. So by that happening, they were able to mingle their seed amongst the Northern Kingdom, amongst the 10 tribes. By that happening, by them being sinning, so to speak, by them going against Yahawah Shem Yahawashi.
So that's go ahead.
This verse 26. But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also.
So when it's talking about, you know what I'm saying, the blade sprung up, it's talking about the crops, you know? It's talking about the crops, you know, that's just a slang talk, you know what I'm saying, for basically farming.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah, and the offspring of the men. The offspring of the men, okay? Because just like when the crops spring up, right? The same way when them men was planting them seeds and the women, they was growing up amongst the other tribes, the 10 tribes, okay? This verse 26, this Matthew 13 and 26, it says, but when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also.
So amongst us, you know, like the elder was saying, you know, when it's, you know, sprung up, when the offspring, you know what I'm saying, came about, you know what I'm saying, you know, the children of, you know what I'm saying, you know, whoever it was, you know what I'm saying, also the children of Esau, you know, when he came over here, you know what I'm saying, to this side, you know, and mingled and raped our women. So also his offspring was, you know, coming up, growing up too.
Yeah.
You know. So that's why when I say, you know, amongst, you know, the so-called Latin tribes, you know, I would say, you know, the indigenous people that were over here is who I'm talking about, because you also had Esau come over here in 1492, you know, which is where the Spaniards, you know, came over here and they mingled around amongst our women too, you know. So you're gonna have Esau, you know what I'm saying, amongst our people too, you know.
Yeah. And them tears are basically, when you go into them tears, that's basically false fruit, false offspring. Okay, they not Israelites. Okay, when you go into that word tears, there, when you go deep into it and you start looking up the words there, it's in the blue letter. It goes into something that is false, or basically that's what that means. Something that is false. In other words, they not Israelites. Okay, they Edomites, or they can be of the other nations. Okay, this is Matthew 13 and 26. But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. Verse 27. So the servant of the householder came and said unto him, Sir, didst not thou sow good seed in thy field? From whence then come it tares? Question. So we're going to find out what the field is. It's Matthew 13 and 38. The field is the world, and the good seed are the children of the kingdom, but the tares are the children of the wicked one. So I'll read that again in verse 27. It said, so the servant of the householder came and said unto him, Sir, didst not thou sow good seed in thy field? From whence then had it tears? Question. So the field is what? It's the world. It's symbolic for the world. And the good seed is what? The children of the kingdom, right? Which are the Israelites. And then you got the tares, which are of the Edomites, okay, who came over here and slept with the northern kingdom women, and they both grew up together. But the tares are the false ones. Now you gonna have that. That's why you got the different shades of amongst the northern kingdom, to where some of the northern kingdom look so-called white, okay? But you gotta try the spirit by the spirit, and I'm gonna read this in John, okay? This is John chapter 7, verse 24. It says, judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment. So you don't look on the outer appearance to determine if that person is Israelite. You got to try them by the Spirit. And when you try them by the Spirit, according to the Scriptures, that's righteous judgment in the eyes of YAHAWASHI. Okay? So going back over here to Matthew 13 and 27, it says, so the servant of the householder came and said unto him, Sir, didst not thou sow good seed in thy field? From whence then had it tears? Verse 28. And he said unto them, an enemy had done this. The servant said unto him, Wilt thou then that we go and gather them up? Question. Verse 29, but he said, Nay, lest while ye gather up the tares, ye root up also the wheat with them. Verse 30, let both grow together until the harvest. Now, the harvest is what? Until YAHAWASHI, to the Most High get a decree to where YAHAWASHI is going to come back and deliver the children of Israel. He going to make a separation, which I'm going to read this separation in a few minutes. But he going to make a separation amongst the tares and the wheat, and YAHAWASHI and the angels going to do it. Okay? This is, now let me read verse 30 again. This Matthew 13 and 30. Let both grow together until the harvest. And in the time of the harvest, I will say to the reapers, gather. The reapers are the angels. Gather ye together first the tares and bind them in a bundle to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn. So it's going to be a separation. Now I'm going to show you to prove the point how it's going to be a separation. This is Matthew's 25 and 31. When the Son of Man shall come in his glory and all his holy angels. Now them holy angels are going to be reapers. With him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. And before him this is Matthew 25 and 32. And before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a sheep as a shepherd divided his sheep from the goat. The sheep are who? Israelite. The goat is Esau. And he shall and he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goat on the left. Okay, so it's gonna be a separation. Then it said, verse 34. Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, Come ye blessed of my father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. Okay, so that's what it's gonna be. Okay, let me jump down. And then this verse 41. Then shall he say also unto them on the left hand, Depart from me, ye cursed, into everlasting fire, prepared for the devil and his angels. You see? So what it is the people on the left hand side gonna get burnt. And that's them what? Them tears that have mingled themselves amongst the nation of Israel. Okay? So going back over here to Matthew 13 and I start at 30. It says, Let them both grow together until the harvest, and in the time of the harvest I will say to the reapers, Gather ye together first the tares and bind them in a bundle to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn. Now I want to look up that word barn right there. Okay? I want to bring that out, the definition of that out. So it's going to be a separation. So you can claim that you're an Israelite and go back to them Edomites. Okay? You can claim you're an Israelite, but your line go back to an Edomite. It's going to be a separation, man. Okay? You ain't going to be able to hide. You only going to be able to hide for so long. But when them reapers come back and YAHAWASHI come back, okay, it's going to be a separation. Ain't no Edomite getting into the chariots, man. Whether they super dark-skinned or they real light-skinned. That goes for the southern kingdom too. That goes for the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom. Because you got tears amongst both of the kingdoms. But right now we just focus on the northern kingdom, okay? Because the brother mentioned that. So you ain't gonna be able to get on no chariot to be delivered out of this coming destruction, dealing with that thermonuclear destruction, okay? So I wanted to look up the word born there in Matthew's 13 and 30. Got a couple definitions. Bring them out, whatever you got.
All right, well, I got Strong's G 596.
Strong's G 596.
Apotheke, and there's a place in which anything is laid up, or a place in which anything is laid by or up, a storehouse. Is that a granary?
Yeah, so the ones that's the wheat that's in the storehouse gonna be with who? YAHAWASHI, man. But the tares are what? Gonna be burnt, man. Okay, because they're false, man. They not Israelites. So the reapers know, which are the angels, they know the spirit that's in you. So you ain't gonna be able to hide, man. The angels in YAHAWASHI ain't gonna make no mistake, man. Like we always say, yeah, you can tell us you Israelites, but when it's all said and done, YAHAWASHI is gonna make the final judgment, man. Okay?
Yeah, because you got people, you know what I'm saying, that could basically fake it to an extent, you know what I'm saying? Like for an example, say you got somebody from the southern kingdom, and they get, you know, which is Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, which is, you know, the so-called Negro or West Indian or Jamaican or Haitian, you know what I'm saying, get with a certain woman, and that woman happens to look like a Issacharite, you know what I'm saying, from the Northern Kingdom, and she speaks some Spanish and stuff, you know. She could fake it to an extent, you know what I'm saying, because she might be able to use the language, you know what I'm saying. She might know a couple little words in Spanish and stuff, you know what I'm saying, and her appearance might look like, well, shit, she looks like she's, you know what I'm saying, from, you know, a so-called Mexican, you know what I'm saying. But then the whole time, her mother is the so-called Mexican, and her father is a so-called white man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, unless you know what I'm saying, like I said, she can, you know, fool you to an extent, you know, but she can't fool YAHAWAH, SHAM, YAHAWASHI, you know, YAHAWASHI, you know what I'm saying, and the angels, you know.
Yep. Same go for the men.
Come.
Yep. Same go for the men. You know. But this going, I'm jumping down to verse 37. And he answered and said unto them, He that soweth the good seed is the Son of Man. Verse 38. I'm in Matthew 13 and 38. The field is the world, the good seed are the children of the kingdom, but the tares are the children of the wicked one. Verse 39. The enemy that soweth them is the devil, which is who is the physical counterpart of the devil on the earth. Is Esau, the so-called white man. He's the one that's a liar. Okay? It said the harvest is the end of the world, and the reapers are the angels. As therefore the tears are gathered and burned in the fire, so shall it be in the end, so shall it be in the end of the world. Verse 41. The Son of Man shall send forth his angels, and they shall gather out of his kingdom all things that offend and them which do iniquity. So you ain't gonna be able to hide, man. You ain't gonna be able to hide, man. You know, when it's all said and done. So the reason why that scripture came out is because of what the brother said in the introduction of how the Spaniards came over here. And you're gonna have tears amongst the wheat, which is a good seed, which is the children of Israel. Okay, the promise is given to them, not you heathens. Okay.
So not just because you come across a certain individual, you know, and he has the appearance, you know, of a so-called Mexican, or you know, or a so-called, you know, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying, whatever tribe it might be, just because he has the appearance, you know, doesn't mean that he's, you know what I'm saying, that he's actually a Israelite. You know what I'm saying? For another example, they got them one twins, you know what I'm saying? That came on that one show, Sister, was it Tia and Tamara? Yeah, Tia and Tamara, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, me growing up, you know, younger, you know, that show came about, you know what I'm saying, when I was young, and you would look at them, you know what I'm saying, because of their appearance, you know what I'm saying, you would think, you know what I'm saying, oh, you know, they're such and such.
They're so-called black woman.
But come to find out, you know what I'm saying, their father, you know what I'm saying, is a so-called white man.
Edomite.
Edomite. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying, that's basically why I was saying that, you know, when I mentioned, you know what I'm saying, the so-called, you know, Latin tribes, you know what I'm saying, I said, you know, the indigenous people, you know what I'm saying, not the so-called white man, which were the Spaniards at that time that invaded over here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you know, I was talking about this coronavirus and stuff, you know what I'm saying? I had a certain individual that I had mentioned to it, you know, through the power of YAHAWAH, SHAM, YAHAWASHI, in the spirit, you know. I had mentioned 2nd Esdras, the 15th chapter, verse 5, you know what I'm saying? I had mentioned it to him, you know, a while back, you know, and when all this, you know, coronavirus, you know what I'm saying, started to, you know, come about, you know what I'm saying, he started, you know, kind of asking questions, you know what I'm saying, because he remembered about that scripture that I had told him, you know what I'm saying, and we're going to bring it out.
This is the point the point is in verse 5, but 2nd Ezra 15 got so much heat in it. You know what I'm saying?
Go straight to the point.
Yeah, it got so much heat in it. I just can't skip over everything, man. So but I'm telling you the point is in verse 5, but I just, I can't skip over everything, man. So I just got to start at the top, man. The Spirit is forcing me to start at the top. So this is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the word of prophecy, which I shall put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. Verse 2, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Verse 3, for fear not the imagination against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee, because these prophecies are faithful and true, and you're going to have people that don't believe in the scriptures and don't believe in these prophecies. Now, the brother mentioned the coronavirus, okay? They're just a plague that's pushed out here, and it's to cause disruption in this world, man. That's what it's set up to do, is to cause disruption in this world and get these people out of their character and have them uncomfortable, man. Okay? And China is a blueprint of what's to come. Okay? Now, China is a blueprint of what's to come, which is happening, man. Okay? Now, you got Italy on lockdown. Now you got Spain on lockdown. So when you look at Italy and you look at Spain, those are other places that America is looking at, and that's another blueprint on what's to come to America. Because America, the people boast about America and the capabilities that they got and the health system that they got, but America is unequipped for this virus. Is unequipped for this virus, man. When this thing spread, which is going to do, spread like mustard on the sandwich, okay? That's what's going to happen. It's going to spread like mustard on the sandwich, and the Most High is going to shut down some of these people's respiratory system. Now, they were saying that that virus, you can catch it if you're 6 feet away from somebody. I mean, you can't catch it if you're 6 feet away from somebody. I'm gonna repeat that again. They were saying that you can't catch it if you're 6 feet from somebody. Now they done the research, because they you know what I'm saying, they plan it how it, you know what I'm saying, they plan it step by step, because they really don't understand it. Okay, they playing it step by step, and they doing research. Just like when you watch the movie Contagion, you see they was scrambling and really didn't know how to combat that virus. So that's the same way America is doing. They really just playing it by ear, and they really don't know how to combat it. Because if they could combat it, they would stop it. Okay. Now down here in Arkansas, now you got, at first you had 6 cases. Now you got 9 cases. Okay. Now it's 9 down here. So if they could stop it, you better believe they'll stop it. But over there in Wuhan, it's continued to go on, and China still shut down. You might find videos of where they getting back to business, but that's all in smoke screen, man. It's still shut down, man. And like I was saying, China, Spain, and Italy is the blueprint of what's coming to America. And Donald Trump declared national emergency. That's a martial law, man. So you're going to have military troops on the streets giving people tests, man. You're going to have checkpoints. But like I was saying, they did research in the beginning saying that, look, you got to be 6 feet away from a person not to catch it. Now it's 15 feet. And then also, a person that got it, if they sneeze or cough or however it may be, it could be in the air for 30 minutes. Okay, so that person can be gone for 20 minutes, but it'll still be in the air for 30 minutes. So if you come in 10 minutes, okay, so if you come in 10 minutes after that person then left, it's on you. And then it can lay on the surface for 3 to 4 days, man. So it's real, man. And the reason why they call it COVID-19 is because COVID-19 stands for coronavirus disease, and 19 go back to 2019. So that's why they call it COVID-19. But we call it a pestilence, which is according to the scriptures. Now I'm gonna continue to read this. This is 2nd Ezra 15 and 4. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. So if you don't believe that these plagues are real, when that plague hit you and shut down your respiratory system, hey, it is what it is. You're going to die in your unfaithfulness because you didn't believe. We've been telling you that these plagues is coming to America and it's going to get worse. Okay? Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, a sword. Okay? You got people fighting amongst themselves. Okay? Like, go ahead.
You got them, the elder sent me a video, you know what I'm saying, where you got these Moabites, you know what I'm saying, starting to go and strap up, you know?
Because of the race, discrimination and the racism. And you got them saying that coronavirus is a so-called Chinese and Japanese, so to speak, disease. So they